As the third day of the Holy Week came and went, Jesus' fame spread across the city, and Jerusalem was astir. Some being roused by a messianic fervor, and others were roused by jealousy and hate. The difference in public opinion had the city on edge, waiting to see what would happen next. During the past few days, Jesus had been teaching in the temple, and the crowds who gathered each day, they marveled at the teaching of Christ and seemed to hang on every word. As many were influenced by Jesus' teaching, the temple leadership was losing control. Their hold on the religious life of Jerusalem had been unquestioned till this point. The power structure of the Jewish religion left many people in the dark and gave knowledge and authority to the chief priests and the scribes, and important social status to the academic, the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Consequently, Jesus met challenges as he taught. Their frustration was palpable as the religious elite confronted him in consideration of his authority and his thoughts on key theological questions. With these questions, they had hoped to discredit his ministry. However, his strong answers quieted the critics and served to strengthen his position as teacher. They had to do something, or they would lose everything. The temple council and the religious leaders gathered to consider their options. With the most important Jewish holiday just days away, they were running out of time. This Jesus had become a problem and needed to be stopped at all costs. By the end of the meeting, there was only one choice. He could not be silenced by intellect or intimidation. He had already earned the hearts of the people. He claimed to be the Messiah, which from their perspective was blasphemous. The only way to stop him was to kill him. But while he taught in the temple, surrounded by supporters and believers, they could not get to him without a riot. And so finally, an opportunity presented itself. Judas, one of Jesus' close disciples, influenced by Satan, determined in his heart to betray Jesus. He sought an audience with the council and offered to turn Jesus over to them discreetly. The plan was in place. The trap was set, and it would only be a matter of time before Jesus would be betrayed and silenced. Beholding the scene in the council ought to make us pause and reflect. Our frail hearts are beset with the same weaknesses. Their fear of loss drove them to murderous intentions. Jesus was a threat to their way of life and their religious influence. And so we ought to ask ourselves, where do our hearts falter? What do we fear we will lose if we let Christ reign? But let us also pause to perceive the sovereign hand of God. All of this was unfolding just as Jesus had said. As we read then of the betrayal of Jesus, we must remember that it is He who is laying down His own life. No one takes it from Him, but He gives it up willingly. And we will witness Jesus take it back up again as we continue to behold the scenes of Easter.